Hello and welcome to the Digital Zone here at the World Bank IMF annual meetings in Marrakesh, Morocco. I'm Hatim Al-Othmani and it's a pleasure to be your guide here through these insightful discussions happening and unfolding here at this event. And speaking about the insightful discussions, I'm very happy to be joined here by Mr. Makhtar Diop, the Managing Director of International Finance Corporation, IFC. Makhtar, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Makhtar, you are at the 2023 annual meetings of the World Bank Group and International Monetary Fund, where thousands of delegates are in attendance. What's at stake here at this week, and what are the key issues?
What is at stake is to address this huge challenge that we are facing. We have many wars. The geopolitics is complex. International trade is affecting. Growth has not been very, as fast as we expected. And we have still the aftermath of the COVID crisis. So all these challenges which are coming at the same time to policymakers and to people are challenges that need to be addressed. But at the same time, we know that we have options and possibilities by doing a certain number of things to address these challenges. One of them is that there is a lot of capital in the world that could be used to invest to address those challenges. We estimate to $500 trillion what is available out there, but we are not significantly invested in developing countries. So what can we do to invest more in developing countries when the government are facing all these fiscal constraints? And a few things have been discussed. First of all, we need to be able to adapt our product to what we are offering to the private sector to address those challenges, and that's what we're trying to do at IFC. And that's why this year we've been able to increase by 30% our commitment to bring it to 43 billion. But that's just a drop in the needs of the world economy. But what you need to do is to mobilize more of the resources which are available, to use what we are doing to address those issues, and that is what is at stake today. So private capital mobilization, growth, job creation, addressing the global public good, and have the private sector play a key role to address all of these.
Thank you very much. And you have well elaborated and highlighted the issues and also what the IFC is doing to respond. But if you can go through the tools that are available to your clients to help them navigate these turbulent times.
What we're doing a lot of trade financing because it has been during this time of crisis a main constraints for developing countries. We are doing some long-term financing and investment. Just to give you an idea, FDI to Africa has been going down by half. And this is because people have been less investing in some of fossil fuel industry or other sectors, but also the uncertainty that you have on the world market and the fact that OECD countries have been increasing their interest rate. So this factor have diverted the resources which were going to developing countries. So now we need to reduce the level of uncertainty and use all instruments that are reducing uncertainty. What are those instruments? Guarantee is one of them, political risk guarantee and commercial risk guarantee when it needs to be provided. Improving the business environment in countries, increasing the rule of law, but also finding opportunities where we can really offload what is on the balance sheet of DFIs and to bring it to the private sector so that they can finance it and we can use the resources available in DFI to continue investing and attract more investment. To that effect, our President Ajay Banga has put in place a private sector lab, which is an entity which brings 20 CEO across the world who are the largest investors and who are coming with specific ideas and solutions on how to address those questions. And among the things that they are raising is the issue of guarantee, is the issue of local currency and local currency financing and FX. And the third one is how to use all the tools we have of syndication. So IFC is working on these type of instruments to be able to address the challenges we're facing.
Thank you very much. And during these last days, we have spoken a lot about the importance of the private sector. And yesterday as well, you have participated in an event focused on mobilizing private capital. Why is private capital important?
There is no other option. I mentioned to you the amount of resources which are available in the capital market, and you contrast it with the huge needs that people have to address. Let's note that we are very far from having achieved the SDGs. So there is a lot of need of investment. But at the same time, countries are facing huge fiscal constraints because they had to respond to the crisis by investing in social programs, by investing in programs, health programs that were needed at the time of a crisis of COVID. So today, there is no option if you want to be able to curb what is happening to change the trajectory on climate change and ensure that we have the right investment in adaptation, mitigation, reducing the amount of emissions. We need to have the private sector investing because they are the one who can bring the amount of money that is needed to move the needle.
Thank you very much. And before we sign off, I want to express our gratitude for your valuable perspective. And thank you once again for joining us at the World Bank Digital Zone.
Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure joining you. Thank you.